Hi, this is James Frey with Alberta Health Services for Health Matters. Today we're talking to Megan Delliff, a student dietitian, about snacking. Now, Megan, a lot of people think snacking is unhealthy, but there are some options, right?
Right. So snacking can be healthy when you choose the right types of foods and when you choose the right amounts of foods. So these includes things like vegetables and fruits, milk and alternatives, and whole grains. Snacking can also help you to meet your energy needs. They can help you to control your hunger.
Megan, what are some things that people need to be aware of when they're choosing a healthy snack?
So it's important to choose foods from at least one of the 4 food groups. The 4 food groups from Canada's Food Guide are vegetables and fruits, grain products, milk and alternatives, and meat and alternatives. As well, it's also important to choose more vegetables, fruit, milk, and yogurt. Canadians often aren't getting enough servings of these food groups. As well, most Canadians are getting more meat and alternatives than they need. As well, it's important to limit foods that are high in fat, sugar, and salt, because these aren't foods that are a part of the food guide. And people most often think snacks are things like cookies, cakes, chips, and pop, but these are not actually part of the food guide. Snacking is also important for different ages. Children should choose about 2 to 3 snacks each day. And so these would look like something after breakfast before lunch, and something between lunch and dinner, and possibly a bedtime snack if necessary. As well, children and teenagers should consume snacks if their meals are more than 4 to 6 hours apart. As well, they shouldn't be more than 2 hours before their meal, because then they won't be hungry when it comes time to eat. Teenagers are experiencing a time of a lot of growth, so snacks will help them to keep their energy up. As well, adults can eat snacks in between meals if they're hungry, but they should be wary to choose foods from the food guide. It's also important to watch your portion sizes. For example, here we have a serving of cheese is 50 grams, about the size of 2 erasers. As well, a piece of fruit is about the size of a tennis ball, and a serving of milk is about 1 cup, or the size of a baseball, and a serving of peanut butter is 2 tablespoons, about the same size as a golf ball. So those are some things to keep in mind when choosing your snacks. As well, try to avoid eating while you're distracted. Turn off your TV or your phone or your computer, and that way you won't overeat because you'll be focused on what you're eating. As well, if you're prepared, you're more likely to eat healthy snacks. So bring healthy snacks with you, carry them in your purse or your briefcase or in your vehicle. That way you won't be reaching for something unhealthy when you're hungry.
Now, Megan, what are some quick and easy snacks that people can bring with them or have on hand?
So we have a lot of options. You can always cut up a bunch of vegetables such as carrots, broccoli, and sugar snap peas and toss them in a bag. You can have them with some hummus or some plain low-fat yogurt for a dip. As well, you can make your own fruit salad by mixing in some berries, slicing up some apples, and including something like a citrus fruit to keep your apples from going brown. That could be like an orange or a kiwi. You can also serve that with yogurt and make a yummy parfait. As well, having things like cheese with some whole wheat crackers or a side of a piece of fruit. Make plain air-popped popcorn and season it with spices such as curry powder or cinnamon or garlic powder, and that will help you to keep the sodium down. As well, you can also opt for unsalted plain nuts with some dried fruit that doesn't have any sugar added. So things like raisins, apricots, bananas, and apples. As well, nuts are have unsaturated fats, which are healthy for your heart, and they have protein, and so that will help you feel full for longer. And yeah, just also remember to quench your thirst with water, and that way you won't be getting a lot of extra calories from what you're drinking. But you can add flavor to your water by adding cucumber slices or lemon wedges or even mixed fruit to give it some flavor, and that way you'll enjoy what you're drinking.
Okay, great, Megan. That's been some good information. This is James Frey with Alberta Health Services for Health Matters. See you next time.